There will never be a day that I forgot the loss of my friend because she forgot to do the most simple thing, buckle up her seatbelt. As the car went flying one way in a ditch, she went the other way out the window. Thousands of people die each year from not wearing a seatbelt. And it doesn't matter how old you are or how far you're going, it is important to put the safety net of a seatbelt around you at all times in a moving vehicle. Car crashes are one of the main reasons people die from ages 11 to 27. When that seatbelt's not worn, the risk becomes even higher. And through the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 45 to 60% effectiveness, seatbelts are the single most effective means of reducing the risk of death in a crash and have saved nearly 300,000 lives since 1975. Statistics show when a seatbelt is worn, the risk of fatal injuries reduces 45% and moderate to critical injuries reduced by 50%. So there's no excuse to not wear a seatbelt because it's easy as 1, 2, 3. All you do is pull and click. It's easy as that. And now that we've buckled into the seatbelt fiasco of crashes, now we can jump into some of the major causes. There are many causes as to why people do not wear seatbelts. But here are a few examples that people have come up with. First would be the seatbelt is too uncomfortable. Okay, yes, the seatbelt, the first couple times to get used to, it's a little uncomfortable. It may rub on your neck or on your waist, but there's always a solution to this problem. It does not compare to the pain that you have if you weren't wearing a seatbelt during a crash than when you do wear one. Secondly, people believe that just going a short distance, so I don't need to wear my seatbelt, it's not that far. But a quote from Quora.com states, research concludes that 2/3 of crashes happen less than 15 kilometers away from home. So just because you're going 2 miles away doesn't mean that other people are going short distances, and it doesn't mean that they're driving crazy and they could be stupid and do something to cause you an accident. So always wear your seatbelt, even if you're going 2 miles away. Third, slow speeds are a way for people not to wear their seatbelt as well. People think, oh, I'm just going 10 miles per hour, nothing's gonna happen to me. Well, what if someone was coming towards you going 50 miles per hour and they crash? You're not wearing a seatbelt, so you go flying because they were having a higher speed than you were. And it's a proven fact that slower speed crashes are more fatal than higher speed crashes when you're not wearing a seatbelt. Lastly, pregnant women believe they shouldn't wear seatbelts because it's going to hurt their baby. But if you don't wear a seatbelt, it's going to hurt the baby more because it moves and you could jump out or something like that. Because the best way to protect a growing fetus is to protect its home, which is its mother. And according to Jillian LeBlanc in the top 10 excuses for not wearing a seatbelt, a study shows that 57 pregnant women who had been in a collision estimated that properly wearing a seatbelt reduces the risk of adverse fetal outcomes by 84%. And as we look further into some of the causes, let's look into the way these problems can be solved. And there are many ways that these problems can be solved, but one of them is police can enforce tickets for not wearing a seatbelt. Like the slogan says, click it or ticket. No matter how dark your windows may be, they know. They know if you're not wearing a seatbelt, and they will pull you over. And there could be fines for this, for your ticket or your court ticket, whatever they want to give you. And so just buckle up, and so you don't have to worry about the money that you have to pay for your tickets. Second, teach putting on a seatbelt at a young age. Children's brains grow when they're younger, and when you reinforce that they need to wear a seatbelt over and over, it's going to stick in their memory forever. So when they get older, they will put their seatbelt on, then they can remind their children to put their seatbelts on, and so forth. And another example would be don't start the car unless everyone's buckled, and it helps them remember to buckle when you get in a moving car. Third, make the seatbelt more comfortable. Continue to keep the seatbelt on correctly, so across your shoulder, around your waist. But there are cushion sleeves to go over a seatbelt to protect your neck, Or if it's too tight on the waist, don't wear it as tight. Make it a little looser so it's comfortable for you. Because there's no reason not to wear a seatbelt, period. Thousands of people die each year, or seriously injured in a car crash because they're not wearing their seatbelts. And the excuses are endless as why people don't wear their seatbelts. But let's enforce these solutions to prevent these fatalities. And if my friend was not thrown out of that car, I would remind her every day not to constantly wear a seatbelt so nothing like that would happen. So I'm telling you to wear a safety net of a seatbelt around you.